The storm had been raging all night, but it wasn't the thunder that made Maya Clarke's chest tight-knit. Was the letter lying on her doorstep, soaked and trembling in the wind. She didn't have to open it to know it was meant to terrify her. "You can't hide anymore." Her fingers shook as she lifted the paper. The ink was smudged, the edges frayed, but the message hit like a knife. Someone had found her. Someone who knew everything. Maya's little cabin in Cedar Hollow had been her fortress. 2 years of isolation, careful routines, and a new identity. She had traded Manhattan skyscrapers for the quiet pine forests of Oregon, her old name for a new one, her glamorous life for anonymity. She was Maya Clarke now, invisible, safe for, so she thought. She hadn't slept the whole night. Even now, the rain pounding against the roof seemed like footsteps following her inside. Each creak of the cabin sounded like someone creeping closer, and every shadow looked like it had teeth. Her phone buzzed. Jenna, her only friend in this town. "Jenna, Storm's insane tonight. You okay?" Maya typed back, "I'm fine. Just the storm." A lie, and she knew it. Lies were easier than explaining why the past never stayed buried. The morning came with a cold, sharp clarity. She walked the familiar path to the bookstore, coffee in hand, trying to shake the lingering fear. But the black SUV parked across the street didn't leave. Its tinted windows reflected nothing but rain, yet she felt eyes boring into her through that glass. At the store, the familiar smell of old books and polished wood usually calmed her. Not today. Today, the world felt thin, fragile, like it could crack at any moment. Jenna arrived, noticing her tension. "Maya, you didn't sleep, did you?" Maya forced a smile. "Storm kept me awake." Jenna's eyes narrowed. "It's more than the storm. Something's wrong. Tell me." Maya didn't answer. Not yet. That night, as she closed the bookstore, a sight froze her blood. A missing person poster, fresh and deliberate, plastered to the brick wall outside. Leela Harrington, missing. Last seen 2 years ago. Danger suspected. Her own face stared back at her, younger, richer, framed in the photo that once ruled magazine covers. Her heart hammered. Whoever did this wasn't just watching. They were toying with her, reminding her of a life she'd run from. The rain had stopped, but the storm inside her chest had just begun. She knew she couldn't stay passive. Someone knew both Maya and Leela. Someone had tracked her, studied her, and was now daring her to react. Her only choice was to confront it head-on. The Harrington estate, the old mansion in New York, called to her through memories she'd tried to erase. She didn't think. She drove. Miles passed under her tires. But every mile brought panic and determination in equal measure. The mansion loomed like a shadowed sentinel. Windows dark, halls silent, the weight of memories pressing against the walls. She stepped. Inside, and the smell of dust, old wood, and decay filled her lungs. Each step echoed the past she'd buried. And then she found it. A hidden room, a door slightly ajar, as if waiting. The wind had pushed it open. Inside, the walls were covered with photographs, documents, and timelines. Every move she'd made in the past 2 years, meticulously recorded. Every disguise, every purchase, every town, She wasn't alone. A shadow moved. She spun, expecting Ethan. But it was Rowan Drackethan's estranged cousin, a man whose charm belied the ruthlessness beneath. "You thought you could disappear," Rowan said, his voice smooth but cutting. "But some debts never vanish." Maya's throat went dry. Rowan knew everything. Her escape, her sister Harper, her secrets. "You took something that belonged to him," he said, stepping closer. "No," Maya said through clenched teeth. "I saved her." The words hung between them like a blade. Then the tension snapped. Rowan lunged. Maya dodged. They collided with a table, sending papers flying. Threats became shouts. Shouts became blows. The hidden room became a battlefield. Maya's mind raced. Every instinct, every survival skill she had learned, every ounce of courage surged. She couldn't afford mistakes, not with Harper depending on her. They fought up the staircase, through long-forgotten halls, their steps echoing against peeling wallpaper. Rowan was strong, relentless, but Maya was faster, smarter, fueled by desperation. Finally, they burst through the rooftop door into the biting wind. Rain lashed their faces, cold and relentless. Below, the city lights glimmered, oblivious to the danger on the roof. One misstep would be fatal. "You can't win," Rowan hissed. Maya didn't respond. She lunged, twisted, and pushed him back. He slipped, sprawled across the wet rooftop, groaning. Defeated but alive. Exposed to the authorities who had been quietly trailing him for months. Breathless, drenched, but unbroken. Maya retreated from the rooftop, sliding into the safety of her car. She drove back to Cedar Hollow, each mile a mix of relief and adrenaline. At her cabin, she gathered Jenna and Harper. The truth spilled out her real name, her past, the danger that had stalked her for years, and the reasons she had run. They listened. They stayed. For the first time, Maya felt the weight lift. But peace was fleeting. Her phone buzzed again. Blocked number. "This isn't over, Lila. Not even close." Maya stared at the screen. Rain drummed against the windows. Heart steady. Fear replaced by resolve. "Then let's finish this," she whispered. The storm outside was over. The storm inside was just beginning. Hooks and suspense throughout, opening with a letter that terrifies. Missing person poster reveal. Discovery of hidden room. Face to face with Rowan Drake. Fight through mansion. Rooftop finale. Authority, exposure, but threat not over. Cliffhanger ending with new message.